We have supported RED cameras for as long as I can remember, but this is a brand new integration that brings full support for the broadcast features. And with a universal SKAARHOJ control product like the RCP Pro, you get the flexibility to match both the mode of your camera and also the lens you're using. And today we have paired this RED V-RAPTOR 8K camera with the classic Fujinon broadcast lens connected directly to the camera. But it could just as well have been a manual lens with tilter lens gears, and we can of course control both. So first I want to start out by looking at the lens control, and on the RCP Pro you have this amazing RCP joystick. Works in the classic way, as you can see. Now, one feature that I want to show you is that we can limit its range. Maybe this is a little bit overexposed, and if you hold down the shift key, you can actually set the minimum and maximum values. So if we dial this back to, let's say here, and I want to set that as the max, it won't be able to go higher than that, okay? I can also do the same in the opposite direction. So instead of closing the lens completely down, we could have it, you know, this is the minimum that I want to accept, and I could set the minimum right there. So now you see that I'm operating the lens within this range. That's pretty neat. Now, next to me, we have a ColorFly. ColorFly is an alternative control panel from SKAARHOJ, and it can be used for basically anything that has parameters that would require fader. So it could be audio, it could be light applications, but mostly we'll be promoting this as a camera control interface for multiple cameras simultaneously. So very compact applications. You have pages for multiple cameras, and of course the iris control can be managed on this fader, as you can see. The fader was following along before when I was using the joystick, so now that I'm pulling the fader, I'm adjusting the iris of the lens. If I start using the joystick again, it will, as you can see, move the fader simultaneously. Now, unfortunately, the joystick won't move into position, so I'm not sure I would recommend using these simultaneously, but it's just to mention that ColorFly is here. It has also features to control everything you see on the RCP Pro. So, apart from lens control, which is not the main feature in this video, we want to talk about broadcast features in the camera. So, what does that mean? We are coming from cinematic usage of this camera. And if you look into the menu of the RCP, you find things like offset. You find also in the color menu, you have the offset there. You have power, you have slope. These are parameters well known to cinematic photographers, and we have been controlling those, having them in the menu for ages. Now, broadcast parameters are slightly different, and I want to reboot the camera so you can see how this would look in the broadcast mode. So that happens inside of RED software on the screen here. So we'll just, let me see, go into settings, find project settings, and here you can change the project format over from R3D to broadcast R3D and press the yes button. So what happens now is that the camera is gonna reboot, and then the RCP Pro will pick up the fact that it's now in broadcast mode. And I think we are back now. The camera is back online after a reboot, and the UI is up. We have the RCP is connected again. We have picture on the output. I can control the lens with the T-stops here from the Fujinon lens. Amazing, great stuff. Now the menu has changed, and notice how this has automatically adapted to your camera. So it basically picks up the mode of the camera and adjusts the menu accordingly. So now I want to browse through what these menus has in them. We have white, red, green, and blue. We have color settings. We have a master gain, step gain. This is all on the home screen. Again, the home screen is kind of like our default settings, the ones that we have chosen to put on your home screen, the primary page of your RCP, but they are really settings that comes from the deeper menus inside, which is just one button press away, which is a cool thing about hardware, because you'll see in this UI, you basically have to click 5 times before you get to your color matrix. We'll see that in a moment. So what can we adjust? Apart from the lens, yes, we can also work with the ND filters, which is, by the way, a feature that's like built into, yeah, it's like physical lens filters. We have master gain settings. We can adjust those. We have step gain settings that can be adjusted from the UI of it. And I may want to just keep it right there. We have shutter, which could be either in time or in angle, depending on your preference. So that's all great. Let's move on to color. We have gamma settings. and saturation enable, etc. So again, we can adjust these settings on the RCP here. Oh, I need to enable them. Yes, okay, so there we go. Now, these settings are actually reflected in the UI as well. Now, I have to say that I am, let me see, image. Okay, so what would I expect? Oh, CDL. No, that's not it. Here's the iris position. Yes, okay, so we have that under control from that one. Now, image paint. Inside of here, we should be able to find our shutter speed that we just set a moment ago. We have also white balance. We have the 2 stops. And I had hoped to find the gamma settings. I think this is it. I found them inside this path. Okay, so again, I think you will have an easy time forgiving me that I'm actually giving you access to these parameters. This deep inside the menu structure of the web UI on the camera, you find settings like red, gamma. That is like one button press away on the RCP Pro. That's really, really cool. Now, moving on, we have flare. We have red, black, red, and green and blue. And those are all settings that you find inside this menu, basically. In a moment, and now, basically, we will see that we are moving into... Oh, let's just check the details out so you can see what is on the details page. I won't go into it. We have knee settings here. Again, settings that would be available over here, in here from... let's just adjust knee point and a few parameters. You can see update in the UI here without basically exploring what they are doing. But let's move on to matrix. So now that we are in here, you see the multi-matrix. No, wait, multi-matrix it was not. It is the user matrix right there. Let's explore this a little bit. And I won't claim to be an expert at all in this field. So to be honest, as I am looking at this image, we now have the matrix enabled right there. All right. And then let's move into the user matrix right there. So that enabling is actually for both the user matrix and the multi-matrix. So right now, let's just turn some of these knobs like crazy, and you'll be able to see some sort of action happening in the UI of the image. I'm pretty sure of that, so that you can verify the effect of these parameters on the image. Okay, that's all great. Now I want to reset. Please, 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 please. So if I press and hold these, I'm resetting back to 0. Very useful little feature to know about. And the multi-matrix menu right here is where you can basically adjust all these crazy settings that you have inside the multi-matrix here. You have 16 phases and saturation parameters, which are now available to you on this one. Again, it is like 1, 2 button presses away and a little rotation of this knob. You are inside the multi-matrix and you can find whatever these mean to you. And I have no clue because they are not like labeled for any color, angle or whatever. So I am again just going to keep it there and then show you what happens as I'm turning the knobs. You can see these are adjusted in here, but these are all broadcast related parameters of the camera, which are now brought out because we changed it over into the broadcast mode and the RCP automatically adapted. You didn't have to go into the menu here to adjust. It could actually see the camera was in a different mode, and it gives you access to those features that you care about in this particular mode. Today you have seen how tightly SKAARHOJ camera control products integrate with RED. And beyond camera and lens control, we also support the broader ecosystem, including combo devices like if you put the camera on sliders or pedestals, along with tally and video switcher integration. And some productions like cinematic multi-camera setups or reality shows, they may benefit from alternative SKAARHOJ control panels, such as the Inline 10 or the RED Control Duo. And if you want to learn more, then just reach out to our sales and support team. You can also follow us on Facebook, Instagram, and X, or you can subscribe to our newsletter. And there are links to all that good stuff in the description below this video. Of course, don't forget to like and subscribe this video to stay updated on the latest changes from SKAARHOJ.